Hey guys, I know this is a little late for the video, or a video, but I decided I might as well make one anyways, like the update last time, and I decided I'd do a tutorial on my Mituna. I recently got everything that I needed, like, together, so I figured I might as well just do this. Now, keep in mind that I don't have the teeth. Someone is already making those for me, the two twinned teeth, and the horns. I'm currently making those, so it'll basically just be a Mituna without horns, but beside the point. I'm going to be telling you 3 steps on how to get your Mituna cosmetic, or how to get ready for it. And that should be pretty easy. Alright, so I've already got my shirt on that I'm going to use. I'm doing a modern Mituna because I don't have his actual jumper together and I don't have the body for it right now, but whatever. But I'm going to do a modern Mituna. And I know you can't see it on there, but this is actually a turquoise shirt, similar to his left eye, so that's, Okay, the first part is preparation. Now, for most people, they usually just have like a normal hairnet, or they just pull their hair up. And for me, I can't do that because I have a lot of hair, so I actually have to use a hairnet. And I know it's not going to be pretty. Very, very beautiful. There we go. Make sure you get all your hair into the hairnet. Especially for me, because I have a lot of loose ends. There we go. Alright, so what you're going to want to do, there you go, you're going to want to push it forward, especially if you have really long hair like I do. So push it forward, and then you've got this nice little just bundle. Now, next, you're going to need 8 bobby pins. So, you put 4 in the front, 2 on each side, and then 2 on the other side. And then you just keep on going around. I usually do the front first just to make sure it's secure, and then I do the back, but that's just more of a personal preference. I know that a lot of people, especially with a lot of hair, more than mine, they usually use like a bunch of bobby pins, but for me, I found that 8 works the best. I tried to use 10, and that was a little too much, and I kept losing bobby pins, and I was like, this is not gonna work, and so, yeah. Alright, once you have all 8 in, you are done with the first step. Now, the second step, you have to have these. I'll show you. The light gray Snazaroo classic colors. My friend actually gave me this for Christmas, and you have to buy it on the internet. You can't like buy it at a local art store. And you're going to need, you can get this at a local art store. It's just a normal sponge. It was circular, and then I cut it in half so it could be, good for getting better area. A little bowl of water so you can use this much easier. And then you're going to need this. Just a variety of eyeshadows. The main colors that you're going to need are this blue, which looks like a dark blue, but it's not, and this red, which is Mituna's colors for his scars. And if you're going to do that, you're going to need to back up your hairnet, because when I look at his scars, it goes all the way from his eyes up into his forehead and over here, or to his temples. Also, if you have contacts in, you're going to want to do that, like, right now, along with your teeth. So, put in your teeth now and your contacts. For those of you who are confused, Mituna's, well, since he's already dead, he would have white contacts, but still, for those of you who are actually trying to do an alive Mituna, your turquoise would go in this eye and your red would go in this eye. I know that's a confusion for the whole fandom, but I've already found this out by Solix's, and then some would argue that they go backwards, and then Psionic has Solix's eyes, but I'm just not even going to go into that right now. Okay, Also, you're going to need an eyeliner for your eyebrows. Look at that. That's sad. Anyways, so you're going to want to open your Snazaroo. That's fun to say. You're going to have granite, obviously, light gray. Don't get the dark gray, because that's too dark. Or don't get white and black, because that's what I did, and then it got, like, it would turn too dark, and I'd be, like, horrible in pictures. Just, yeah. Also, if you're going to a con and you have to do the arms, I'm not going to do that right now. If you have to do that, then you might want to get a friend to help you out, because water and the paint do not mix very well. So you're going to want an electric sponge. I can't really show you because this camera doesn't move well. Then you're just going to, I can show you that, I guess. Wet it on there. Similar, if you paint, then you know how to do this. And just start spreading it on your face. This might take a while, especially for if you want to do this right. But for those not really in a hurry, you can just do whatever. Sorry, that's my cat. Cat. My cat's doo-doo head. It's got poo brain. Now, the only bad part is when your sponge starts running out, you'll see actual skin marks, and you don't want that because you are a troll. A brain-damaged troll who's perverted. You must become Mituna. Alright. And sorry if there's a humming, that was my air conditioner. So with Mituna, for those of you who don't know who he is, it's kind of scary. Mituna is a psionic, or was, I should say. He is a part of the, I think if I'm correct, he's a part of the A1 timeline. I get those names mixed up. So, yeah. Anyways, he's a part of the A1, I think, A1 timeline. He is the yellow blood of the group. For those of you who have gotten to Act 5, and haven't gotten farther is what I mean. No one is really sure what happened to him to lose his psionics, but he did, so yeah. And that caused him to lose brain, or that didn't cause him to lose brain damage. He got brain damage from overexerting his powers, and therefore he now cannot use his psionics. For his quadrants, he's a Moira allegiance with Kurlaz Makara, which is Gamzee's relative, and then he is in a matesmanship with Latula Pyrope, who is Terezi's relative, or ancestor, I should say. For those of you who haven't figured it out, he is Solix's ancestor. And for those of you who don't know what an ancestor is, it's basically just ancestor and ancestor put together. Really ingenious thinking there, because I would not have thought of it. And let's see, he doesn't really have any other quadrants filled, probably because he's got brain damage, but that's just my thought, that no one wants to be his Kismesis. While having brain damage, he has mood swings from being very perverted to being excited, or what's another word? Excited or very perverted, and I probably already said that. But and then the third one is that he can become really repressive and sad. This is evident when he is talking to Mina in Openbound, and she is asking him to take off his shirt, and he freaks out. And he goes, "Wait, I'm sorry," or something along the lines. I can't remember exactly, but still. Also, back to makeup. You can actually do this with a shirt on. It's just, it is easier to do it without a shirt on, but that's porn, and I don't really want to do that. Kidding. Also, when I actually look on YouTube, I see that there aren't many Mituna tutorials, so I was like, I might as well do this. I actually have thought of it years before, and I was like, someone needs to do something, and so, yeah, whatever. And while this is drying, you can go ahead and retouch on your, on everything else. So, like, if you see actual skin marks, you can go ahead and get rid of those. And for those of you who actually, for those of you who actually do know what they're doing, if I'm doing something wrong, you can tell me. I've recently, not recently, but I've been in cosplay for about, almost a year now, I think. And I love it. For those of you who haven't done it yet, you really need to. It's or are thinking about it and debating whether or not to, you really need to. It's just so much fun. You get to meet a lot of people. You get to meet, you might even get to meet Hussy, depending if he's in one of his moods, but still. Oh, jeez. Let's see. What am I missing? Oh, right. The last thing I forgot to tell you was you're going to need like a concealer. You can get the Beatty makeup concealer, or you can just go the cheap way and get hairspray like in the background. I'm going to be using hairspray because I don't have the concealer, and no other reason in particular. I just haven't bought it yet. For Beatty is what I mean. And that's probably going to be your best choice in not wanting your makeup to fall or to flake off or just rub off. I mean, yes, it does rub off after a while, but that's why, say if you're in a con, that's why you always bring your Snazaroo and a little Tupperware of water with you so you can just touch up like before a photo shoot or anything of the sort. The main reason you want to do that is because, like I said, I went to a con recently, and I didn't have this then because I just recently got the Snazaroo. So I went to a con, and I had just mixed gray and black, white and black to make gray paint out of paint, just normal acrylic paint, and it started flaking everywhere. And then my friend who we met there, she had this Snazaroo, and I had Snazaroo, but it didn't work before, so I was like, I don't really want to bring it. And so yeah, she was like, you know, you need to get this, and so yeah, that's how that happened. And the way you conceal it, or we concealed it, because I brought my hairspray with me, was with my hairspray, and another person we met there had the Beatty concealer spray, so that was helpful too, and it stayed on. It really did. Again, for those of you who are like deep into cosplay and are better than I am, please tell me if I'm doing something wrong. I will not take offense. I'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm stupid. Let's see. I'll just go ahead and explain the next step. For this step, next phase, that's a better term. Next, you're probably just going to want to conceal with the hairspray or concealer spray, whatever you have. And then you're going to want to add the scars, but I'll get to that in a second. So, let me put this up. For those of you wondering, yes, I do have a cold. Well, I'm just getting over one, and I have a stuffy nose, so, yeah. Now, when and if you are doing hairspray as a concealer, you need to be extra, extra careful and not get any in your eyes, especially if you have contacts in, because that would really, really hurt, like, a lot. I'm not kidding, a lot. I've had it in my eye before, and it burns so bad. It's like getting shampoo in your eye. It's the worst, so don't do it. So, usually when you're at a con, you get someone else to do this, but I'm alone, so, you know, whatever. Really, you want this to dry first, but since I'm out of time, I have to make this go faster, so let it dry, and then you're going to use this, and I have to back up because I don't want to get it on my computer and or camera, so yeah. Huh, jeez. It's also very strong on your face, so you're going to have to squint your eyes some. Oh, jeez. Alright. Now you're going to let that dry, too. Eventually this will dry. Hairspray usually dries fast. The next thing you're going to need is this. Now, I know you can't see this because of the horrible quality of my camera, but the color we're going to be using is a turquoise due to the eye coloration. Usually when I do, what's it called? Whoops. Usually when I do scars, especially for Mituna, I do it according to the eye color. Like I said, especially for Mituna. So I'm going to do turquoise on this eye and then red on this eye. Now keep in mind this is a turquoise and a bright red, so it's like candy apple. Just think about that. When you are doing this is what I mean. Oh, woo, almost dropped it. I'm going to be starting with the blue, just because I'm right-handed and I can get the left out of the way. Now, the thing you have to remember is that the psionics are typically their psionics are like lightning, but you know, telekinesis or whatever. So you're going to try and do this as not feely as I am. Fuck. It's really hard to do this backwards. Alright. So basically you're just going to keep on going from eye to eye, or not from eye to eye, but keep on doing this eye and adding the electric look to it. Keep in mind Mituna is brain damaged, so if you're having if you're having some trouble with his getting his personality down, you're probably going to need to look at someone's tutorial on how to act him. Madeline Eckhart is a good example for Cronus and for Mituna. I personally don't like him for Cancri, but that's just my opinion. And who listens to that? So, I know this looks really bad right now, but I didn't practice on going backwards, so yeah. That's the sad part, because I'm really bad at mirror image, so yeah. You honestly can just skip over this because you don't have to copy mine, especially right now, because it's bad. I don't need that. Ugh. And you can choose how many electric or scars that he has. Really, that's just up to you. I'm really bad at mirror image, but I really do apologize for that. Probably should have practiced that, but I didn't have time. Alright, so now you're going to switch to your red, and if you have the exact same thing that I do, which is pretty cool if you do, it's going to be this one. Not these two, but the other one on the end, near the blue. So, and I know, I'm sorry this is not very entertaining, but, yeah, that's just how it is. And for the fact that I am not left-handed, so that's what makes that harder. And for drawing, I usually have trouble with drawing lightning anyways, so it's not really surprising me. I mean, either way. Whoops. Gonna need to see that. Oh my god. Oops. And like I said before, you're just gonna have a hard time, especially if you're right-handed, with the blue. What's really hard, especially for these, is the eye that you have to go over. And I know my red looks better than my blue, but still. Okay, so now that you have that done, you're going to have to do eyeliner for your eyebrows, because, well, especially if you have like really, really light eyebrows, you're necessarily going to have to do this. For people with black hair or dark brown hair, you don't really have to, but for me, I like to. It adds emphasis that the character has black hair. That's just something I've always done. So basically, you're just going to draw on eyebrows. You can make it where you can still see the scars. That's kind of similar to what I'm doing, but or you can do something different. It's up to you. You don't have to do it super dark. You don't have to do it super light. Either way, it works. And for those of you who absolutely want to make sure that it stays on, go get your concealer again, spray it on. Just a light spray, doesn't really matter either way. So, which I'm going to do because I'm going on a beagle later. You might want to let it dry before opening your eyes. I'm an idiot. Alright. Okay, the next step is just getting your wig on. And depending on whether, I don't know how your horns are working, so if you have a headband, you can put your wig on and then let it on, or you can, whatever, however you put your horns on. Right now, you put your wig on, but that all depends on how your horns look and I don't even, how your horns work, basically. This is my Mituna wig, since I do not have a helmet yet. I know it's hard to see. Mituna wig. But to put it simply, all you have to do, for the front part, you don't necessarily have to hairspray it when styling. All you really have to do is just comb it down so it just covers your eyes. And in the back, it's going to be all cray-cray, because Mituna, there's really no rhyme or reason you would think like this. It's just, you have to. Anyways, you gonna want to put it on? Make sure it looks right. And if you have these little latches, let me find it. These little latches here, you hook that onto your hairnet, or whatever is holding your hair up. Whether it be your hair or something else, I don't know. Let's see, where are you? Well, anyways. And then you add on the horns however you need to. I hope this tutorial helps. Remember, you have to put your contacts and teeth in before you do your makeup, or else you'd get makeup on your contacts, and that would not be good. The teeth thing, you can do it after or before, it doesn't really matter. And then the horns go on last. So I hope this was a helpful tutorial of Mituna and his and my lovely mirror image psionic scars. And so that's pretty much all you do. I hope this was helpful, and you get this, like you pull it down more so you can get right there, but right now I was just for his outfit, it's just really just right now all I have is a turquoise shirt and a Pikachu hoodie. So for me and Mituna, or for Mituna and I, whichever you want to say, Merry Christmas! Whoops.